On this episode of Laid Back History, we're getting ready for ghost tours, so we're going to talk about some of the ghosts in Washington. All right, so what the heck?
What the heck just happened? Am I a cartoon? Am I a cartoon now? Look at my cartoon hands. What the heck? Look at this cartoon hand. How did I become a cartoon? And what's behind me? What the heck was that? What? And why do I look so happy? I'm not happy. I'm a cartoon. I mean, do you have to be happy when you're a cartoon? I've seen Scooby-Doo. I think they're scared sometimes. Why can't I be scared? What's with this smile on my face? Oh my gosh. All right, well, I guess we got to go with this. Even my hair is cartoon hair. What the heck? All right, well, I guess we're going with this. So, wow. Silly ghost. So I guess we're going to go with this as the episode of Laid Back History. We're gonna do it as a cartoon. So I'd like to welcome everyone to an all new episode of Laid Back History. Tonight we're gonna talk about some ghosts. I thought we would talk about the ghosts at the Washington County Courthouse and maybe tell a story about that. Well, if we're gonna do this, let's go ahead and do it and see if we can change its background. There we go. I like that. So the Washington County Courthouse, the one we have right now, is actually the fourth courthouse. The first one was down the street where the Main Street pavilions are. The first one was a log courthouse that was donated by the Hogue family when the town was laid out. But then in 1794, the first brick courthouse was completed, and that was just in time for the end of the Whiskey Rebellion and for the rebels to be put on trial. And so that courthouse was used up until 1847, when the third courthouse was built up on the site of the current one. And then in 1869, a town hall was added. And so you ended up having that entire block. You had the town hall, then you had the courthouse, and then you had the jailhouse. So that was used up until 1898, beginning of 1899, when they decided they needed a new courthouse. So they moved the town hall, they tore down the courthouse and the jailhouse, and they began construction of the current courthouse. And that would have been completed in 1901. And if you've been in there, you know how beautiful it is. It's an absolutely gorgeous courthouse. And so marble floors and even marble walls, this amazing staircase. Yeah, it's pretty incredible actually. So but what we want to talk about today is not the courthouse itself, but actually about one of the courtrooms, like what we're standing in right here. So the story we want to talk about has to deal with Judge David Gilmore. Judge Gilmore was a lifelong servant, public servant in Washington County. He really dedicated his life to this region. He served as assistant district attorney. He served as a county commissioner. He was a judge starting in 1983 all the way to his untimely passing in 2004. And he was elected president judge in I think it was January of 2003. Pretty incredible guy, very well respected, very well thought of. And it was sad, very sad day when he passed in 2004. But the stories we want to tell have to do with his courtroom, and really the days following his passing. What the stories that we have come from people that worked in the courthouse and were part of the maintenance and cleaning crew of that structure. And so in the days following his Judge Gilmore's passing, there was a crew that was in there cleaning, and they were, cleaning everything down and scrubbing it and getting all the chairs lined up. And as you know, they face forward. The chairs would actually face towards the front of the room, not towards the back. So they finish cleaning and they end up leaving. And not long after they walk out of the room, they start hearing like this screeching or scraping that is almost like the chairs being drug across the floor. So they go back in, and what they realize is all those chairs that were facing forward are now facing towards the back. They have all turned around. They're a little freaked out. They leave immediately. Um, After kind of getting their wits about them, they go back in, they reset the room, and everything seems to be okay. But apparently, it happens on a number of different occasions where they would come in and all the chairs would be facing towards the back of the room and not towards the front, how they were supposed to be. And this wouldn't be the only occurrence of strange activity in the courtroom. There was another time where we have a story of a couple ladies that were in cleaning in the courtroom, and they said that it was just strange. They said they were just getting some weird feelings, like they were like someone was maybe watching them, or there was just somebody in the room and was just making them feel a little uncomfortable. But they were doing their job. They were cleaning, and everything was going all right, except for the strange feelings. And they said they started hearing voices, and it immediately just really freaked them out. They were scared. They didn't know what to do, and so they start looking around, and they realize what's happening is that there is noise coming from the intercom that's sitting over on the one table. They said there wasn't really anything coming out of it that was legible, like they could really understand what the words were, but they could definitely hear a man's voice. It just seemed to be very low and kind of garbled. So, of course, they're scared. They're really freaked out. They don't know what to do. And so they go running out and they run into one of the security guards and they're telling him what's happened. And he said, "Well, it can't be anything, and must not have been must have been a defect or something in the system, or someone's just messing with them." And so he says, "Don't worry about it. Go back in." And he goes, I'll even come with you. So they go back in and they start cleaning again, and the voices come once again, and even the security guard heard it, and there were a couple other people that even heard it going on as well. They were outside of the room and they heard it. So there were so many eyewitnesses to this, and they said when they went over and they shut off the intercom, it still kept making noise. So even when it was off, it was still making noise. They all left and decided, okay, they had done enough work in that room for the day. And apparently, it never happened again. It was just that one time that it occurred that this intercom, even when it was powered off, was still making noise and making sound. And so it's interesting to see what it is or think about what it could be. Is it possible that Judge Gilmore was just making his presence known? He just wanted people to know that that he was still there. I wonder. It's a real good question about what it could possibly be. So, um, yeah. So that's kind of the stories I wanted to tell. I know this is a little bit of a shorter episode, but we wanted to do something a little quick and get you primed for the ghost tours. Remember that the ghost tours are coming up, that we have them this weekend on October 20th and 21st. The ghost tours are happening. So Friday and Saturday from 6 p.m. to 9:20, they'll be occurring. So definitely come out. Come hear some of our stories. We've got never before told stories that we're going to be doing. We've got some. We've got our made up story, of course. So you get to try to figure out which one is the fake story. But we do have some brand new stories, and we've got uh, the um, the Western Pennsylvania Society of Paranormal Research. I got it right this time. That is you've seen Mark and Pete on here before. The last year they did a laid back history episode about some of the hauntings at the Lemoyne House. Well, they were here several weeks ago. They did another investigation, so they're going to be presenting some of their evidence that they found at the Lemoyne House. But they're also going to be presenting evidence that they've got at different sites throughout southwestern Pennsylvania. So I'm incredibly excited about that. So come out October 20th, 21st, 6 p.m. The first tour leaves every 20 minutes. They leave from the Lemoyne House Garden from 6 p.m. to 9:20. So come on out. We've got 5 wonderful storytellers. One in particular, this guy right here. Um, Maybe a little better than most, but no, we've got 5 wonderful storytellers, people that you've seen before here on Laid Back History, including Drew and um, uh, and uh, and Brian and Rich. So yeah, we've got some wonderful storytellers. I'm excited about it. So yeah, so come on out. It's only $10 for adults, $8 for students. You get like an hour and a half of storytelling and ghost stories of Washington County that you're not going to get anywhere else. Presented by the Washington County Historical Society and the the Washington County Tourism Promotion Agency. Once again, they're sponsoring the event. Can't make it happen without them. So thank you to them. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap up and go try to figure out how I can be regular again and not be a cartoon. Although I'm digging this hair. This is actually some decent looking cartoon hair. I mean, I'm proud of my hair. I think I have pretty nice hair, but this one right here, this might be even better. So, okay.